holding costs, project management.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councillor Cashmore. Any other questions or points? I'm going to put that. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Carried. And well done, team. The work on this has been fantastic. And we will cheer this on for the South warmly. So thank you so much. Yep, we'll indeed. Moving on to... And also just acknowledging our many community advocates who have pushed for this, and including Ben Ross sitting at the back. We've had many, many presentations from Ben cheering on Manukau, so well done, Ben. Our pretty almost, but our last item is Transport for Future Urban Growth update. Welcome, team. Sorry about the long wait. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My name is Peter Casey from the New Zealand Transport Agency, and so we're very pleased to be here. And so we're talking about the Transport for Future Urban Growth. And so the New Zealand Transport Agency is really values the way that we've been working with the wider Auckland Council group, and particularly here with Auckland Council and Auckland Transport. And so in terms of the context for this, you'll all know this inside out, but really going back to the Auckland Plan, the unitary plan, the future urban land supply, special housing areas and spatial priority areas that the New Zealand Transport Agency work closely with the Auckland Council group on. And now we've come to the challenge of the ongoing growth that Auckland faces, and particularly in the greenfield areas, how sort of do we try and get ahead of that growth curve? So the Transport for Future Urban Growth is an initiative where we're looking to come out with a sort of network plan very shortly. And so the purpose of today is to give you an update on the consultation work that's been occurring around that. And we'll be bringing this to a conclusion in June, July this year. This work interfaces closely with the Auckland Transport Alignment Project that I'm sure you're all aware of, and how we're working those through together hand in hand. So I think one of the key messages here is how this has been a very collaborative approach. We really are doing things quite differently with the Auckland Council group, and it's really been one team. It's a really exciting and encouraging way we're working. And so Phil here will talk you through some of the more detail. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So what I intend to do this afternoon is just give a quick update on the last round of the consultation. Pretty short presentation. I've tried not to duplicate too much that was in the actual paper. And you may have noticed a few boards in the foyer. For those councillors interested, afterwards we can show you the consultation boards for the next round of consultation. So Peter's given some background. I think we're all aware of the project. The presentation stage regarding the first round of consultation, which was completed in March. That was essentially a series of options, and we asked the public to give us recommendations, what we'd missed, what they'd like to see in a future draft preferred network. And that was completed quite recently. The business case Peter mentioned, we're still working through the programme business case at the moment, and that should be finished in its entirety by August, but most of the work done by June, like Peter stated. So just a quick rundown of some of the main points. The first consultation was done in February and March. Fairly popular on the Auckland Transport website. We had 590 forms filled in. We did an awful lot of open days and breakfast meetings and local board sessions, amongst others, and up to 800 people attended those public sessions. One of the things we did in the consultation, we had some toy money, and we were asking people to, if they wanted to spend $100 of their own money, what would be their priorities. So for the South, very big emphasis on public transport. There were numerous public transport measures in our programmes that we showed, and the new north-south corridor from Manukau to Drury, so that's Mill Road really, came through very strongly. A few more detailed questions for the south. In Takanini, we asked a question about Mill Road. How do people like it? Should it be extended down to Drury and further? And there was a very strong yes for that. A similar question in Drury. Again, 68%, a fairly high positive for that, which you'll see why it's ended up in our preferred programme. Other comments came fairly strongly around addressing current safety issues on State Highway 22, and again, probably even extending the Mill Road corridor further through a sort of duplicated SH22. In Parata and Pukekohe, very strong feedback for a bypass and just general comments regarding freight and the movement of heavy vehicles in that area to be addressed, and again you'll find schemes in our preferred option that reflect some of that. In the north, with the same money, again a very strong steer for a variety of public transport schemes we had in the option, and I guess the other big one was the Matakana Road extension, which I'm sure you're all aware of, and again that does occur in our preferred network as well. Going up north, again Matakana came through very strongly in some of the questions we asked, 76% there. A lot of questions and feedback on public transport. The question was asked, would you take a PT service or a bus service to Auckland CBD? 72% of people said they'd use that. 67% of people said they'd use improved or new park and ride services as part of that CBD link, and there was a 50% very points towards can we improve our local bus services. Wainui and Dairy Flat. Yeah, again, a strong leaning towards improved north-south connections, essentially through some of the future growth areas as well as upgrading what's already there, and a very probably the highest percentage we had back. 90% of people wanted to get on with extending the busway to Silverdale and beyond. For the northwest, the same money. You can see strong leaning towards extending commuter rail services to Huapai. Similarly, the option we had about a parallel link to State Highway 16, so almost like a link road stroke bypass to the south of Huapai came through very strongly. But again, the existing problems of dealing with safety improvements on State Highway 16 came through as well. So Northwestern Busway again came through strongly. I know it's not a project that's not even been built yet, but in terms of extending the busway to Kimu came through at 90%. Similar strong view to an RTN, a busway type approach for State Highway 18, so taking it through to Constellation. And again, people were trying to think a little bit forward as well. Could these busways become light rail? There was a lot of discussion in the public open days about that and being a little bit more innovative and forward thinking. And you can see there, 90% of people felt a lot of the busways that we were talking about should actually be light rail, maybe even before even a busway or instead of a busway. iwi engagement, it's been a very strong task within the Transport for Future Urban Growth project. We have a specialist Māori advisor within the team to help us, and so far 19 iwi kaitiaki have been engaged in a comprehensive series of huis which are ongoing, partly to just go through the programs and the projects in a normal consultation, but also to develop mena whenua values within the actual multi-criteria analysis, and that's a process that's very much ongoing at the moment. Some of the themes that are coming back from our current workshops, just making sure we understand the implications for the areas, how these options will impact on iwi interests, and that development needs to be done in a way that improves the important values that already exist. Obviously, we have specific iwi comments, and they're coming through very strongly. And just the fact that how is the feedback, how is the MCA going to be developed into the project, and especially on a long-term basis as well, when these lines on maps actually turn into physical projects. To wrap up, you would have seen this before. This is the project programme. So currently we're just about to start our second round of consultation. We've gone through a considerable amount of workshops and internal working and engagement. And we have come up with a draft recommended network, which is what we're going out to consultation with, and that consultation will happen in April and May. June, we're looking to have our sort of draft programme business case and ready. And over June, July, August, it will be going to various Auckland Transport and New Zealand Transport Agency boards for approval. So our consultation that we're going to starts right now actually, finishes on the 13th of May. Similar approach to last time, going out to the community, asking for feedback. What have we got right? What don't they like? Have we really reflected some of the thinking and feedback from the first round? And like I say, the process to complete the programme business case for the Transport for Future Urban Growth project, we've got a lot of work to do after the consultation over the next couple of months, and then we've got our first trip to the NZTA board on the 10th of June. That's followed up by another one in August, AT board in July, which will be to, I think, recommend the actual programme business case itself. And we will report back to council as required, certainly report back in terms of this round of consultation, and affected local boards and councillors are all part of the consultation process anyway. And that's it.
Fantastic, thank you. This has been really, really good work and really well done. Councillor Webster.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Chair. And can I congratulate and recommend you on your round of consultation. The only problem is that just as I've thought I might have a Saturday home, I see that I'm supposed to be in Dairy Flat or something on Saturday. I think, unfortunately, particularly in the north, there wasn't a lot of local board and councillors attended some of those, but they were very good, the ones that we went to. And I know many of the staff gave up their weekends and evenings to be at those, so looking forward to the next round. I'm just, I suppose it's that next round. I hear what you're saying, but considering it only seemed weeks ago that we were in some of these places, are we just going to confuse issues by going back? I'm just trying to get in my mind what the difference is going to be going out and consulting again. I understand you're going out to say, have we got it right? But just talk me through that, because I could probably go to the ones that I went to before Kumihuapai. I didn't go to Kumihuapai because it was at night, and no, it was in the afternoon when we had that meeting, and I didn't get there. But the Dairy Flat, the Silverdale, the Walkwith, the Kumihuapai, the where the other airport is. Aren't we just going to get the same stuff again? Are people just going to get totally confused? Can you talk me through that?